You know, I'm really kinda alien to this whole misery likes in Stalker. Well, it's more like misery derivatives, but who cares about the nomenclature? Before this video, the only hardcore Stalker mod I played was Anomaly, and before I continue, let me state that I already know I'm walking on thin ice with this video. Not only that some people might perceive me as an Anomaly tard or a tourist, but the definition of hardcore as a whole is really subjective. Some people think Gamma is hardcore. Some people think it's NLC 7 Hard Edition. Me personally, I think that taxes are the biggest scam that nobody talks about and we should overthrow the government. So what I'm really trying to say is that I'm really not a big fan of Stalker mods that are purposefully hard. Whether it be making the economy more inflated than the average Sonic Rule 34 artwork, or making medkits cost as much as the arm you're trying to heal. Don't get me wrong, this whole hard Stalker thing has been catching my eye since forever. I played like 5 minutes of NLC 7 Hard Edition and let's not talk about that. Yeah, fuck you, AG. I also tried Call of Misery and Last Day, which sequentially resulted in me playing Dead Air. This whole thing started because I was getting tired of EFP's bullshit optimization and wanted to try something simpler. So I started with Call of Misery, and I ain't gonna lie, that mod was pretty dope. It had probably my favorite combat. Enemies neither ate more bullets than the average, nor did they die to a 9mm to the foot like the IWP Twinks. Good mod, great mod, can't recommend it enough, although with the amount of quests, or lack thereof, you won't find much to do. Which is why Call of the Zone is objectively the best cock derivative, and I don't give a fuck about all the team lights and last days. Call of the Zone is the holy grail of free play mods, and I will die on that hill. Okay, let's not beat around the bush. This video isn't made to shit on any mods, quite the opposite actually, and I'm not gonna cover up for my lack of skill and disguise it as bad game design on behalf of the mod.
Yo, can you shut the fuck up and talk about the mod?
Yeah, right so, Dead Air. What about it? To give credit where credit is due, Dead Air shines in the atmosphere department, and comparing it to all the Misery branches, Dead Air felt the most desolate, depressing, and hopeless. It never failed to convey this feeling of complete desolation, which is honestly quite impressive. And while the world is huge, there's very little life in it, which really emphasizes the walking simulator part, as most of the time would be walking for minutes on end for reasons I'll get to momentarily. So I started my first playthrough expecting to be met with a faction selection screen, but instead it's a menu that I could only describe as a character creation menu. I take some equipment as well as perks, and I am immediately placed into the familiar yet very brown rookie village, and I immediately visit Skamorovich to see what he has. And by the way, why did you flip the inventory, you absolute bastards? Sidorovich tells me that I'm not gonna enjoy my time here and that I'm gonna be eating shitty mutant meat for 90% of the time and sleeping on dirt. He gives me a quest to eliminate the bandits at the ATP, and I rush their ass first, and here's the thing. I don't even notice that the bandits are neutral with me, so I immediately open fire. But unlike what I had anticipated, I clear them no problem. Also, this is where I realized that you need to place ammo on your belt. But it's not like how OGSR, Lost Alpha, or Teamlight do it, where you have like 10 slots and each box takes up 1. Here, you have very few slots and most ammo takes up 2 of them, like, why? I sidetrack towards the neutral village, and this is where I realize that stashes can be trapped. So I head to the garbage to eliminate a guy Sid told me to kill, and before I even get remotely close to them, I notice that my health keeps draining. I thought it was radiation at first, but I didn't get any radiation poisoning indicators. Did I remove the goddamn indicators as well? I don't know. After dying like, 50 times to the bandits, I decided that I'm too weak for this and ultimately retreat. But here's where I fucked up. You see, my health dwindles by the second and I have no medkit on me, and the nearest trader is a level away, so I'm quite literally stuck and fucked. I have soft-locked myself and this run is a dud. Also, can I talk about how bullshit the stamina system is? I run for a couple of seconds, then spend as much time running while waiting for my stamina to recover. This is at 12 fucking kilograms, I haven't even reached the maximum capacity yet. Oh, swift death, please take me. So I start a new playthrough and Storovich tells me to kill the same people. So I go do that, but I check my inventory and... where the fuck is my gun? Yeah, I forgot to pick the basic equipment thing and now I'm stuck having to A. Stab people with a shitty knife, or B. Whack bandits on the head with a hammer. I, of course, choose the third option. Listen, if you think I'm gonna attempt to kill anything with melee weapons in this half-assed game engine, you'd be mistaken. My god, I sprint for 2 seconds and a third of my stamina bar is gone. Alright, fine, we're doing it for real this time. I used all my points on gear and ignored skills completely. Now at least I have a usable gun and can actually heal myself. So I actually go kill the bandits and holy shit the items these guys carry. I loot 2 guys and my fat ass instantly gets over encumbered. But that's fine, I get rid of some stuff and, I shit you not, spend 5 minutes getting back to Rookie Village. No, that's fine, that's fun, I'm sure this won't make me want to peel my skin further into the playthrough. I later played a bit more of this before calling it quits. Now I want you to hear me out on this. Dead Air is honestly not for me. I really wish I played more of it, but I just couldn't get past the goddamn stamina system. I'm pretty sure Dead Air has more to it than what I experienced, and what I played was barely scratching the surface. But let's be honest, Dead Air is old, outdated, unstable, and abusive. You know, kinda like my father. For all of you expecting me to actually talk about Dead Air in detail, I'm sorry, I just can't. This was supposed to be a Call of Misery video, not a Dead Air one. But let's be real, you don't care what mod I talk about, you just want to hear me ramble about Stalker mods, right? Right? And before you mention it, I know add-ons exist and I wanted to run some add-ons, but I wanted the raw Dead Air experience. And I honestly don't like it. Don't get me wrong, Dead Air in its core enforces the bleak tone of Stalker and doesn't fail to encapsulate the feeling of desolation. But atmosphere alone can't do all the heavy lifting when your Stalker was never made to survive in the zone in the first place. Maybe it's a hidden gem that I just abandoned too soon. Maybe it's just watered down anomaly. Or maybe the true experience was the suffering I inflicted upon myself all along. A self-authored purgatory where every glitch, every frustration is not some external flaw in the game's code, but a reflection of my own choices, proof that I am both the architect and prisoner of my despair, condemned to replay my own failures in an endless loop until I finally ask, is it the game that's broken, or is it me? Or perhaps the very act of seeking meaning in a mod is the tragedy. Like Sisyphus reloading his save file, we are forever cursed to chase better in a digital wasteland, knowing full well that no reshade can brighten the void within. Every crash, every bug is a cosmic joke, proof that existence itself is an alpha build, riddled with unfinished features and abandoned by its owner. And when the screen fades to black, we must ask, was I ever really playing the game? Or was the game playing me? I got shotgunned so hard I no-clipped through the wall. No, this doesn't have anything to do with the mod. If I had something to say about Dead Air, it would be atmospheric, hard, and wasted potential. The mod has been stuck in beta for ages, and 1.0 is probably never seeing the light of day. It's a shame because Dead Air could actually be more fun than Anomaly thanks to its difficulty and natural progression. And I know comparing it to Anomaly is superficial, but I digress. The video that we just watched is nowhere near a good Dead Air review, and it doesn't do it justice. There's way better videos that talk about Dead Air in detail that you could be watching instead. This one made by Dramatic is peak, and you should watch it if you want to know more about Dead Air. I am not done with it though. I can sense its potential and replayability, and I am more than willing to return to it sometime in the future with add-ons that time around. In conclusion, I still believe that more people should play Dead Air. I'm pretty sure that the game gets more tolerable once you get past the stamina system and leave Gordon and venture into other levels. But for now, I'm gonna be grinding this Anomaly mod pack called Anomaly Mystic and see if it's worth talking about or not. Mainly because I couldn't find a single video about it that isn't in Russian. Thank you all for watching, and I am so sorry for the lack of uploads. At least now some people don't get to starve. This has been Captain Vitiaz, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.